Good evening. We're beginning in chapter 26. Now there was a famine in the land, besides the former famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Gerar to Abimelech, the king of the Philistines. And the Lord appeared to him and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Dwell in the land of which I shall tell you. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you, and will bless you, for to you and to your descendants I will give all these lands, and I will fulfill the oath which I swore to Abraham your father. I will multiply your descendants as the stars of the heavens, and will give to your descendants all these lands, and by your descendants all the nations of the earth shall bless themselves. Because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws." So Isaac dwelt in Gerar. When the men of the place asked him about his wife, he said, "She is my sister." For he feared to say, "She is my wife," thinking, lest the men of this place should kill me for the sake of Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. So, you see how the tradition continues. Remember, Abraham lied twice about Sarah. He was worried when he was traveling that people would see how beautiful she was, and so he convinced her to say that she was his sister instead of his wife. And the first time that happened was in Egypt, and the Pharaoh took Sarah. God revealed to the Pharaoh that something was wrong and rescued Sarah. The second time was in this same location at Gerar with King Abimelech. Now, it may seem odd to us or unlikely that this is the same Abimelech that Abraham encountered, but there's a phrase that in verse 1, now there was a famine in the land, besides the former famine that was in the days of Abraham. So very much he's linking that these two people are ending up in the same place. One famine was with Abraham, and the one now is affecting Isaac, and they encounter King Abimelech. And so the author of this text is sharing from his belief it's the very same king who had encountered Abraham and Sarah before. Now he encounters Isaac and Rebekah. And Isaac lies about his wife Rebekah, says that she's his sister, just as Abraham, his father, had done. Now, when he had been there a long time, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out of a window and saw Isaac fondling Rebekah, his wife. So Abimelech called Isaac and said, "Behold, she is your wife. How then could you say, 'She is my sister'?" Isaac said to him, "Because I thought, lest I die because of her." Abimelech said, "What is this you have done to us? One of the people might easily have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us." So Abimelech warned all the people, saying, "Whoever touches this man or his wife shall be put to death." Now, I actually think another kind of supportive evidence that this is the same Abimelech is that he didn't try to take Rebekah. Maybe he had learned his lesson from the time of Abraham. He warned his people, though, don't touch this man and don't have anything to do with his wife either. And Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. The Lord blessed him, and the man became rich and gained more and more until he became very wealthy. He had possessions of flocks and herds and a great household, so that the Philistines envied him. Now the Philistines had stopped and filled with earth all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father. So again, you have this referring back to a previous story. Remember that the servants of Abimelech had taken Abraham's well, and now in the time of his son Isaac, You have Philistines, servants or people of Abimelech, who kind of ruined the wells that Isaac owned. They were dug by Abraham, his father. Abimelech said to Isaac, "Go away from us. You are much mightier than we." So Isaac departed from there and encamped in the valley of Gerar and dwelt there. And Isaac dug again the wells of water which had been dug in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he gave them the names which his father had given them. And we'll take up with Isaac and the wells tomorrow evening. Hope you have a